Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right. For the last, month and a half, there's been quite a bit of positive news coming out of Iraq. Let's hope that they stay out of trouble and continue working on doing what it takes to regain their sovereignty. They're taking all the right steps to do what it takes to appreciate the Iraqi dinar, which all of us are happy about. But you still got people out there in YouTube land swearing up and down that this means there's going to be a reinstatement of the 322 rate. I'm going to continue to tell you, no, it isn't. I still believe the Iraqi dinar is going to go up in increments. It's not going to jump up to 322 right off the get-go. It'll get there fairly quick, but it's not going to happen overnight. So as long as they stay in the good graces of the United States, everything should be fine. So is there anything out there that can change that? Well, let's find out. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join, look me up, and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey, catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if there's anything happening over there in Iraq that could cause a lot of problems between Iraq and the United States, this is definitely one of them. Iraq's Hezbollah says attacks aim to drain U.S. Sanctions ridiculous. So Iraq's Hezbollah militia, a powerful armed faction with close ties to Iran, brushed off U.S. sanctions on the group over attacks against U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria, and said on Saturday such strikes aim to drain the enemy. The U.S. on Friday issued sanctions against several Hezbollah members and against another Iranian-backed Shiite militia and its Secretary General, accusing them of being involved in attacks against the United States and its partners in Iraq and Syria. So I can't imagine these militia groups feeling very threatened at all by sanctions. I don't think they care, to be honest with you. The people that are funding them will find a way to get money to them one way or another. So the sanctions aren't going to do too much. The main issue is if these groups keep attacking U.S. forces and they eventually kill somebody. My concern is the retaliation coming from the United States. The last thing we need is a rogue militia group causing issues that will set Iraq back against the United States, causing them to start all over from square one. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just saying there's always that possibility. So for now, they've wounded soldiers, but they have not caused any death, not yet. Let's keep our fingers crossed that that doesn't happen, and Iraq can continue moving forward with no issues. Analyzing the path to stability, Iraqi dinar and the US dollar dynamics. In recent weeks, the Iraqi dinar has witnessed a notable decline against the US dollar, reaching a peak of 1,650 dinars for every dollar, before settling at 1,550 dinars for every dollar. To address this volatility, the Central Bank of Iraq has taken measures to bolster the dollar reserves of 10 private Iraqi banks, including esteemed institutions like JP Morgan and Citibank. The objective is to enhance their capacity for international money transfers. Additionally, Iraq private banks are now authorized to utilize various foreign currency reserves beyond the US dollar, such as the euro, the UAE dirham, the Chinese yuan, the Indian rupee, to facilitate international trade transactions. The oscillation in the value of the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar is primarily linked to Iraq's oil-dependent economy and trade imbalance with neighboring countries, particularly those restricted by US sanctions, such as Iran. To address these challenges, the CBI is actively seeking permission from the United States Federal Reserve to streamline their timely transfers of oil revenues within the country and establish mechanisms for transactions with neighboring Iran in currencies other than the US dollar. These strategic measures are anticipated to lead to the appreciation of the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar, aligning with the target set by the Central Bank of Iraq. Well, we definitely want the Iraqi dinar to appreciate. And I think that's why you're seeing the United States work with Iraq to hurry up and get these international exchange trades ironed out and get them implemented as quickly as possible so that we can see the change in the value of the Iraqi dinar, especially in the parallel markets. A comprehensive analysis of the supply and demand dynamics of the US dollar in Iraq sheds light on the depreciation of the Iraqi dinar against the dollar. Iraq's oil reserves, constituting 90% of the country's revenue, are predominantly earned in dollars, forming the foundation for the reserves. However, the demand for the dollars in Iraq is fueled by the widespread import of goods, services, and domestic necessities, with the US dollar and euro being the preferred international currencies for these transactions. Recent initiatives implemented by the CBI in collaboration with the United States Federal Reserve include the introduction of an electronic platform for foreign remittances, connecting Iraqi banks to the International Interbank Network, SWIFT. I wonder how come they're not hooking up to the quantum financial system. This platform aims to monitor the movements of dollars transferred from the United States to Iraq and subsequently to other countries for commercial purposes. The Federal Reserve's concerns center around preventing the flow of dollars from Iraq to countries sanctioned by Washington, such as Iran, Syria, and Libya. The activation of the electronic platforms, coupled with a stringent scrutiny of remittances, has led to an increased demand for the US dollar in the free or parallel market. Delays in the approval process for money transfers through the electronic platform have created challenges for merchants, even those with legal transactions and necessary documentation, resulting in rejections. This has prompted some traders to explore alternative means of transferring dollars, contributing to the demand in the parallel exchange market. So they definitely have to work out the kinks so that goes a lot smoother. You don't want your merchants going to the parallel market to make their transactions happen. That only adds to the depreciation of the Iraqi dinar in the parallel market. Despite the CBI's restriction on dollars remittance to Iran, imports from Iran to Iraq have seen an increase. A board member of the Iraq-Iran Joint Chamber of Commerce told the news earlier this month that in 2022, Iran's total exports to Iraq reached $11 billion, with $6.5 billion going towards goods imported by the Iraqi private sector. The funds for these goods are often transferred in US dollars through currency exchange offices or to a third country before reaching Iran, further driving the demand for the dollar in the Iraqi parallel exchange market. Iraq's trade balance has remained positive in recent years due to the high oil prices, covering both government expenditures and the cost of daily imports. In years when the oil prices fell, the Iraqi government has typically devalued the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar to address the budget deficit. The recent move by the CBI to enhance private banks' dollar reserves and facilitate direct remittances under the supervision of the Federal Reserve could potentially stabilize Iraqi dinar by increasing the supply of dollars on the domestic market. Conversely, strained relations between the CBI, the Iraqi government, and the U.S. government, along with increased sanctions on Iran, could further depreciate the dinar against the U.S. dollar. So when people are trying to tell me that the Iraqi economy is stable, no, it's not. All it takes is a drop in the value of oil prices. It could really hurt Iraq. As long as they stay above $80, I think they'll be fine. But if for whatever reason it does drop, that's really going to hurt the Iraqi economy. It's going to set the Iraqi government back big time. And like I said here in this paragraph, then they're forced to devalue their currency just to make ends meet. Now, I don't see that happening anytime soon, but they should at least continue to do what they're doing, which is build infrastructure and start working on other forms to create revenue for the Iraqi government instead of relying on Iraq oil so much. It is noteworthy that the CBI plans to discontinue the use of the US dollar in domestic transactions from the beginning of the year 2024. marking the initiation of the removal of the currency from the domestic market and weakening the parallel exchange market in Iraq. The CBI considers the exchange rate of the US dollar in the parallel market as deceptive and contends that it has adequately supplied the necessary dollars in a local market for all legal transactions. So as I stated earlier, there's a lot of good news coming out of Iraq. We definitely don't want things to escalate between the militia group and the United States soldiers. That could put a damper on things. We know the United States is working with Iraq to work out all the kinks necessary that would allow them to do more international exchange transfers between banks, allow other currencies to be used in Iraq to help support the Iraqi Dinar and strengthen it. We already know that they're moving forward with infrastructure, and they have been working on different ways to bring revenue into Iraq outside of the Iraqi oil. So there you have it. Now you know where we stand and what needs to be done. Stay out of trouble, work hard to earn your sovereignty, and allow the Iraqi dinar to appreciate. Anyways, that's it for now. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.